Fish on. We got one, guys. Got nailed. Let's get him into this calm stretch over here. Oh goodness, he's strong. Today we're going to be doing another hiking video, and I happen to be right across from the Tailwaters Lodge, and we are going to be hiking the Tailwaters Trail today. This is a really nice out and back trail, and it goes all the way up to the South Holston Dam. So we're going to be hiking along the river. We're going to be going upstream, and I have a couple of goals in mind. One is to obviously enjoy the hike. More importantly, I'd like to catch a trout, and I would also like to photograph some wildlife. So there's a lot of good opportunities out there. I'm very excited to share the adventure with you guys. Before we hop on the trail, let me show you the breakdown from this kiosk right there. So this is the Tailwaters Trail. This is a TVA public land trail, and it's the type that opens 30 minutes prior to sunrise and it closes 30 minutes past sunset. This particular trail is the blue trail, so we're going to be working our way up the river. We're going to cross over and then go all the way up, and it even extends further up to right here. So it's going to be a really good trail. It currently says 1.4 miles. We're going to record just one direction of it because you guys will see everything there is to see. So without further ado, let's get on the trail. Let's go have some fun. Today they're going to be generating quite a bit, so there's going to be a lot of movement. I'm not going to be able to wade fish, but I did bring with me a traditional spinning rod, so we'll go ahead and throw some rooster tails out. We'll throw out some crankbaits and we'll just see what happens. It doesn't take long to get out to the river. It's less than a quarter mile from the parking lot. So if you're starting from Tailwaters Lodge, just know that you'll be on the water shortly. As you can see, we're already to the river. Here's the South Holston River. It's rushing today. They're generating lots of water. That's because we've had a lot of rain in the last week, and so they're trying to keep the levels at South Holston Lake down. But as you will soon find out, there's lots of fishing opportunities along this particular river, which is something I love. So we're almost to the river now, and that means that fishing is about to begin. And so we're going to start looking for little offshoots and places where there aren't too many down trees where I can find myself getting snagged. You're going to naturally find a lot of trees have fallen into the river, and the reason for that is because last year Hurricane Helene came through this area and it ripped and pushed down a lot of trees. So here we've got a little bit of bamboo growing, which is cool. And up ahead, we've got our clearing that's approaching quickly now. So guys, with me today, I've got my SLR with my 600mm zoom lens, because you just never know out here what you may see. There's opportunities to see some really special things like bald eagles and osprey, as well as different types of ducks and even smaller songbirds. And I'm a nature and landscape photographer guy. That's actually one of my jobs. So whenever I'm out and about filming, I've always got my camera here just in case. Man, look at the size of this log that fell, or this tree that fell right here. That's serious. All right, so we're to our first opening, and the reason there's an opening is because there's a power line system that goes all the way up to South Holston Dam that shoots across this way, and they've cleared the area, and there's a nice little spot tucked away back here. So let's go over here real quick. Let me show you a great place to cast. Guys, right here is a little offshoot that other people have made, maybe even animals, but you can walk right back here, right down to the river, and it's a pretty good spot. There's a lot of rushing water here, especially when they generate, and casting out and ripping back, you never know what you're gonna find. So that's gonna be location number one for fishing. Today I've got a weighted spinner, and that's just because of how strong the current is. You wanna make sure you got plenty of weight on here. So in the current, it should spin pretty nicely. What I'm gonna do is cast slightly upriver, kind of let it swing back in the current, and we'll do a few casts and then keep moving. I don't want to linger at any spot too long, but I also want to give certain spots a try because I want to catch a fish so bad. So we're going to throw it out there, rip it back. Now guys, I also do have different lures, so if we don't get a bite on this one, we've got other options. Okay, yeah, so let's switch real quick and let's try something different. Before we completely move to a different spot, let's try something different and see how we do. So guys, I brought with me today a couple different things that I want to try. One of which is a lure called a TD minnow. And this particular lure is very good for high water scenarios like the one we have today. let's keep moving. Let's keep enjoying the trail. See that spot right there is very, very tempting. Good. Nope. I think it was worth trying at least once just to see if we could get something to come shooting out from underneath one of these things. But again, I leave it to you to catch the fish out of that hole. There's a lot of fish in this river, and if you come with the specific goal of just catching fish, then take your time and enjoy it, because there's a lot of good opportunities. Wow, look at this. So look at this huge tree that just fell into the river not long ago. Look at that root system it ripped up. How crazy is that, guys? Golly, and you know, again, if you're brave, you can cast right back in there. I think there's too much debris, but again, it's worth exploring if you come back on your own to fish it. All right, so here's clearing number 2, and it's for the same reason for clearing number 1. We've got power lines running from the dam. So again, we've got some little openings here, some little trails you can walk down to. We'll take this middle trail and let's walk down and let's see if we can catch a fish. There it is. Oh, first cast, we got a little bit of some weeds. You'll find that on the South Holston River, specifically higher up, there's a lot of weeds. So don't get discouraged. It just means you're in the right zone. It just didn't happen that time. As I've noticed, there's a little bit more of an opening right here. Look, this is much better for casting and landing fish. So I started over there, we've worked our way over. Let's see if maybe, just maybe, this is the spot where we trick a fish. All right, so we're slowly getting up to the bridge that crosses over the river, and we're getting closer and closer to the Weir Dam. So we're getting to kind of a transition spot in the hike, and there is public access. There's a boat launch coming up. There's a lot of good stuff that I'll show you guys, as well as more opportunities to cast. So even though, you know, working the bank today with this ripping water, it's maybe a little bit harder to catch numbers, the opportunity for something big goes way up, and I like that. So we're gonna see if we can take advantage of that. We've got a public parking lot right there. We've got another kiosk that explains where I just came from. And then of course we've got another fishing opportunity here as well as further up. So let's see if we can catch a fish here along the bridge. You never know in this particular spot. It's fished a lot, it's heavily fished, but there's a reason for that. It's because there's a lot of fish that inhabit this zone. Oh yeah, look at the way the water is ripping out here. They are pushing water today. But as we get closer and closer to this ripping water, the more excited I get, guys, because this is a good spot for fishing. Oh, fish on. Here we go, guys. We hooked one with on the TD minnow, guys. Here we go. Good hit. Here he comes. Oh, and he came off. Shoot, it was a brown trout, guys. Oh no. So we definitely got hit on the TD minnow. Oh goodness. All right guys, so I just walked by the public boat ramp that guy's launching right now. And obviously it's a good place to park your trailer. They've got plenty of room. And then further up ahead is the Weir Dam where we're headed to, which I'm excited about. The trout can be a very mysterious fish on certain days, and then on other days, it feels like the easiest fish in the world to catch. Unfortunately for me, today is a tough day. But that doesn't mean I'm not having a lot of fun trying. And I think eventually we're gonna find ourselves a nice trout. As you can see, we've got our public parking lot here, and then the trail reconnects. So we're gonna keep going this way. Fishing teaches you a lot about life, especially on days where it's tough to get a bite, you know, because you question a lot of things and you get really discouraged and you get down, and it's easy to give up. It's really easy to give up. But I've been fishing since I was 5 years old, and one thing I can tell you is that pushing through adversity, like most things in life, can get you some really good results and can ultimately make you a better person than giving up. So there are times where you want to give up, where you get discouraged, where you feel like you can't catch a fish to save your life, but it just takes one moment. So don't get too discouraged, keep trying, and eventually you may surprise yourself with a nice fish. Now guys, here's something that's pretty unbelievable. When Hurricane Helene came through, a massive tree fell right on the bridge there. And now, without waders on a low water day, you can't get over to the island anymore until they repair the bridge. Look at this damage that's been caused by the fallen tree. Isn't that crazy? Look at that, guys. I mean, completely warped the bridge right there. Completely it compromised the integrity of the bridge, which is why they have it roped off. And just kind of an amazing thing to look at. I mean, look at the way that tree just absolutely destroyed the bridge. That is wild. And it looks like another large tree fell here as well. So now over here we've got picnic tables, which is really nice. So if you're staying at the lodge and you want to eat a picnic one day, you can come right out here to the Weir Dam, and they've got lots of options for you, as well as there's running water up here, as well as a bathroom. So this is the only running water bathroom on the entire river, and it happens to be right here at the Weir Dam. So take advantage of that for sure. And up here we have the Weir Dam, which is designed to oxygenate the river all the way down to Boone Lake. So this is a really cool spot here. Before we move on here, I absolutely hate seeing trash, so we're gonna grab some trash real quick out of the river. We do have trash cans that are located over here, so let's go ahead and throw this away before we keep moving. And look at this, we've got even more trash. People just are crazy. More trash, more trash. It's just crazy the amount of trash you can find. I mean, we're right next to a dumpster here, and all comes down to laziness a lot of times. There we go. All right, let's keep moving. Nice, 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 nice. Let's see. I love the blue heron when they're flying, and they look so cool. Okay, so the trail has now transitioned to concrete, at least for the time being. This is a newer stretch of the trail, and it's going to take us all the way up to the South Holston Dam, or at least very close to it. Here's one little spot where you can go down and fish, and if you want to come from the Tailwaters Lodge, then you just come right up the road here and you're right on this spot right here. So good tip in case you want to expedite the hike a little bit and come out to a spot that's paved. You've got it right here. This particular stretch of the river is called the pond. Anything that's above the Weir Dam, the local guides, local people, they call that the pond. All right, so we got another significant spot coming up here, and this is just kind of a breakdown of the upper section here of the pond. But if you happen to have a kayak or a drift boat or any type of flotation device and you want to launch above the Weir Dam, you can. There's actually one parking spot and one boat ramp up here that you can have access to. It's a public access spot. I'm going to take advantage of it right now since there's nobody here, and I'm going to cast a little bit because look at the way that current is absolutely ripping through here. Normally when they're not generating, this is very much like a lake through here. It's very calm and flat. Right now it's moving so quick, I feel like I can throw a plug and potentially trick a fish. So we're going to try. Oh, fish on. We got one, guys. Got nailed. It's a pretty good fish, guys. Looks like a brown trout perhaps. Let's keep that tension on there. He absolutely nailed me. Oh goodness, he's pretty strong. I need to loosen my drag a little bit. Oh, let me tighten it just a hair. Let's get him into this calm stretch over here. Oh goodness, he's strong. Yeah. Let's see if we can get him up here. I got him on the surface for a second. We're making progress. Now we've got him in the slack water. Here we go, guys. A pretty nice fish. Oh, it's a big rainbow. It's a big rainbow, guys. Nice. Really big. Let's get him up here. Oh my goodness. I don't have a net, but luckily we have the boat ramp. Oh, it's a nice fish, guys. Yes. Oh, it's huge. A monster fish. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is a good 20-inch trout. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this on the TD minnow, but man, he nailed it. Okay, hook is out. Guys, look at this fish. Unbelievably huge. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. I cannot believe it. I don't want to keep him out of the water long, but I cannot believe we caught such a monster here. Guys, I'm actually shaking a little bit. Look how beautiful this fish is. I cannot believe it. Let's go ahead and bring him back to the water here in this nice ice cold water. Let's give him a good release here, guys. Right, once he's ready to kick off, there he goes. Whew. Oh my goodness, what a monster. And that's why, guys, you don't give up. I have been casting all the way up the river to this stretch, and I finally got nailed on the TD minnow, and it was a monster. Wow. All right, guys, well, that was my very first trout out of the pond, which is the upper section of the river. That was super exciting. Gosh, I love it when something hits the TD minnow, because a lot of times it's really big. Guys, I have been grinding and fishing for over a mile now, and I finally caught something that was really nice. So that was a really good surprise. It just goes to show, don't give up even when it's hard. Keep fishing, because you never know what's going to bite. Let's throw one way down the river, and we're going to let the current swing it as we pop. So we're not going to even do much reeling here. We're just going to let it carry in the current and then pop it. Sometimes doing something like this can trigger a bite, because it's changing spots every 3 to 4 feet. It's in a different spot as we pop. Fish on, just like that, guys. Way out, we got one. Sure enough, just popping it like that, guys. It looked like another rainbow too. Let's see if we can get him in. Oh my goodness. It was way out there, but sure enough, just like I said, on that pop, he struck. Let's get him in. Much smaller guy this time. Let me get my hands wet here. Let's go ahead and grab him. Perfect. All right, we've got him out. Nice, nice, nice. We'll quickly show this guy off. He's a little guy, very aggressive though. That was nice. So another rainbow trout. Let's get him in the water, and there he goes. He kicked right off. And same thing, guys, just the TD minnow is that reaction bite as I popped it down current. All right, let's keep moving, guys. We got more hiking to do. So guys, we're coming up on another public spot here, another public parking area. And this particular area is mobility friendly, which I really like. I'm married to an occupational therapist, and she can tell you that she wishes there were more opportunities for people that don't have mobility, you know, to be able to fish and get out and enjoy nature. This is a good spot right here. So guys, in the distance, I can see the dam. It's now very visible. But we're gonna stop at this fishing spot real quick. There's rod holders here all over the place. It's a good little spot. We got a trash can. And I'm just gonna put my stuff down here at the very end, and we'll cast around a little bit, see what happens. All right, so let's keep moving. Of course, I never want to stay anywhere super long. Another great spot to fish. And of course, like I said earlier, if you do have any type of mobility issues, this is really the only spot on the river that's very, very friendly for fishermen. So far we've seen a wooden bridge. Now we've got the metal bridge. All right, guys, we are getting down here now. I am pretty far out. So guys, this is the brand new stretch of the hiking trail. Getting pretty close to the end of the trail. I see the end coming up. All right, we made it. All right, guys, so I made it to the end of the trail. Behind me, we've got the South Holston Dam. And as you guys have seen, this is a great hike for fishing, seeing wildlife, and just in general, it's very close to the Tailwaters Lodge. So if you're a guest at Tailwaters Lodge, I hope you'll take advantage of this one. If you'd like to see more hiking videos, I've got a good one right here. Or if you prefer to see a fly fishing video, I've got another fun one right here. Till next time, tight lines.